Hello, Gary Moore, President of Local Broadcast Sales. The topic we're going to get on today is kind of an interesting one, and that's generally speaking, what do advertisers want from you? Now, obviously, that can be a pretty long video if we included everything, but I thought I'd take 5 areas that for sure we know that just about each and every advertiser does want that from us when we are talking with them and dealing with their advertising. What do advertisers want from you? Number one, they want you all in. And what I mean by that is advertising research, it proves that advertisers realize that you know all about frequency, you know all about rating points and digital strategies. But how about knowing more about their business? You want to make sure that you're a business consultant, somebody who can talk to them about their business, help drive the things that are important to them, help line up your advertising so that they are going to be better off because you, better than anybody else in the market, helps them achieve their goals. Check out the video on LBS that is titled, Do Your Homework. What that will do is it'll show you how to take advantage of advertiser intelligence. That's also part of your free service on local broadcast sales. And you'll be ready to show them you're all in because you're honing in on their business, not ours. Number 2, advertisers do want us enthusiastic. They want us to show signs of enthusiasm and excitement about what we're doing, but not that syrupy kind. I don't mean this kind of whoopee weighing and hoeing and getting everybody to get all uncomfortable, but that you're committed to their success and you're excited about being committed to their success. As a matter of fact, because of the first point, you've already done a lot of research on their business. Number 2, you couldn't wait to get in through the door to show them a plan that you have for them to help them be able to exceed some of their sales levels, move out some of the items that they have, or provide their services in such a way that they're going to increase sales. What else do they want from you? They want value. And from their personal and private perspective. Now, not from your station's perspective. And too many times, we in broadcast sales, we get out there and we start saying, we have this coverage, we have this much reach, we have this much frequency, you can do so much with us because we are so great. No. There's a time and a place for us to talk about us, but they perceive value in how it helps them, helps their business, and helps them do better. They do want a fair price. That's the kind of clients you want, those that are fair price. You know, these bottom feeding customers, by the way, who all they demand from you when it comes to value is the lowest price in the market. Those are the individuals that, quite frankly, I'll tell you what I used to do with them. I used to manage them off my list. And you go, wait a minute, Gary, you used to fire accounts? Yes, if I got to the point to where I had my account list and when it started to get full and I realized that these bottom feeders were taking up the majority of my time. In other words, they wanted the cheapest price and they also took the most service. You know the kind of customer I'm talking about. Well, what I'd do is I'd go out and get another person who wanted true value from me. And you know what? I might either pass that account out to my manager and say, can I give this to somebody else? I have a workload now and I've gone out and got some additional business that I think I can do more with, because you want to be selling to clients who perceive your value as a professional. And so out with the bottom feeders eventually. Now, before you go too far on that, make sure your manager's comfortable with this, but let them know what you're trying to do is you're trying to improve the margin for the station, because this person takes up so much of your time and it is at a low rate and you think you can do better with your time. Next, what a customer wants from you is service. Service that they can recommend to others. Now, this is an interesting topic because almost every salesperson I've ever talked to says, well, I give good customer service. You know what? It really doesn't matter what we think we give. What do your clients think of your service? And by the way, how do you know if your clients think you give them good customer service? I'll give you the right litmus test. When they start recommending you to their merchant and business friends, and when they start saying, you need to get some advertising going, here's the broadcast expert I recommend, and it's you. When was the last time your customers recommended you to a specific business. That's when you know you're on target with service. If that doesn't happen to you on a regular basis, then you aren't at the service levels you need to be. There's plenty on local broadcast sales that talks about how to take your service levels higher. Just type in customer service on that search bar when you get the local broadcast sales, and there'll be plenty for you to find out ways to challenge us to raise our levels of service. The fifth thing that individuals want to see from you is communication. And that's clear and concise and delivered in the professional style they prefer. Whoa, Gary, what do you mean by that? I mean, everybody has a personality. Everybody has a way they like to be communicated with. You should know your customers. This is when you know you're customer focused. When you know what style your customer is, and you can sit there and change how you approach your customer to match the style and how they prefer to receive information. For instance, there is one group of individuals that like lots of information, all the data you can give them. They want it all. There are others that want nothing more than a short paragraph of whatever your station can offer and what you want them to do. If this sounds foreign to you, make sure you go to localbroadcastsales.com, and on your service, it's free. Go to Selling by Personality Style and master those skill sets. And what you'll do is you will become truly customer focused, and then you will be doing what your customers wish every one of their media representatives did. That's how you become their favorite rep in the market. Two additional things that kind of bring it all together. One is empathy. What we're talking about here, other than the 5 things we just covered, that talks about, can you understand and can you feel what your advertiser is experiencing? There's 3 types of empathy that psychologists have defined, and it's important for you to understand this part of science of selling. And that is, there's the emotional, there's the compassionate, and the cognitive. These processes should include how you think, how your advertiser thinks, knowing, remembering, judging, and problem solving. How do you rate when it comes to showing empathy with your clients? And finally, a real big one, trustworthiness. Do all those things we've talked about before, but make sure that you are a person that can be trusted. You know, we're bombarded these days with sports stars outright cheating in the profession that they do. We have politicians that you're wondering, can you believe one thing they're saying to another? We have parents cheating to get their kids into college. We live in a time when people can't be trusted, but you need to be so trustworthy you can be trusted. How are you trustworthy? Do what you say that you're going to do. Remind them when you do what you said you do. You know, we live in a buyer beware environment, and you want to be continuously honest, even if you lose the sale. You're honest with what you say, and you earn the trust of your clients. That's how you build long-term clients. Look, you learn to build long-term clients. You aren't constantly going to have to be adding more and more and more because your long-term clients are becoming bigger, bigger, and bigger. So don't be clever. Be trustworthy. What have you done to prepare yourself to take my marketing money? That's what your advertisers are looking for. Thanks for your time, and I wish you the very best in your selling.